All right, welcome back to Daybreak. And like we told you early on in the morning, we're going to be talking about martial arts or karate, if you like. And of course, Yvonne Okwara, I hope you're watching and you'll come a little bit closer so that you can also learn, like you said, some karate as well. But first, we'll start with introductions. I'll start at the very end here. There you go.
Thank you so much for having me, Willis. My name is Evan Sumweri. I'm a martial arts expert from Kenpo Karate. Thank you.
Good morning. Thank you, Mr. Willis, for having us here this morning. My name is Lorna Apio Abiero, martial arts athlete from Deal Park Karate Club, Metropolitan Region. Thank you.
Yes, my name is Willis. I am a martial arts specialist.
Hi everyone, my name is Njoki Wadirago, and a Kenya Karate athlete and also a level 1 certified Krav Maga instructor. The only lady in Kenya actually currently.
Oh, all right. No, for you, you have yours. It's okay. You have yours.
Oh, yeah.
Sorry. Hello, my name is James Bobby Uware. I'm a 7th degree black belt. Actually, the chairman of African Kenpo Karate. Yes.
All right, so we're going to do different techniques today, and then later on also find out more rather about yourselves. But first, you're going to walk us through what do you call it? What you're going to walk us through?
Basically, we're going to do a demo, just to show you what martial arts is all about, the benefits, especially against insecurity. Currently, it's an issue that we are having. So we are going to do a demo against a lady who is defending herself, just in case she's found in a scenario whereby she needs to use her experience in training martial arts. And then from there, we are going to go through other issues like the youth and the benefit of using martial arts for our youth. Yes.
All right, so I guess I'll allow you to walk us through that as I exit, then we'll be back to talk about more. So don't go too far. In case you have any questions, but then the hashtag to use is Daybreak. And also you can tweet us at Citizen TV Kenya, at Willis Raburu, at Yvonne Okwara as well. So just go ahead and ask your questions, anything related to martial arts, and what you'll be seeing here. Your comments, your views, and suggestions are also welcome. For now, though, take it away.
All right, thank you. All right. So ideally, we know for sure Nairobi has become insecure. So what we are going to do, we have our lady here, Lorna, who she's going to demonstrate for us a scenario whereby somebody has pinned her down and probably there is an issue about rape or, you know, just somebody who wants to hurt her. So Lorna, we'll start off with the basic move, position. She's lying down, and then Mr. Evans is going to mount on top of our lady. So she's going to, and we know so many women have been in this position before. So ideally, the technique that we are going to do today, she's not going to fight the person physically, but she's going to put herself in a position of advantage. So she's going to grab her opponent's arm, and then she's going to trap the wrist, and she's going to hip up and flip the aggressor, and then find a way to escape from that position. All right, awesome. So ideally, people think that, you know, whenever you are on the ground, you are disadvantaged. But as you can see, with a simple move, with simple physics, this is possible. Any lady who trains martial arts should be able to do that. All right. Okay.
Yes. So anybody who trains us martial arts. Speaking of which, how long does it take to like get? I know I can notice there are different belts here. Yes. You said you're 7 degree.
7 degree.
Yes. Okay. 7 degree. How long does it take you to attain, first of all, your 7 degree?
Oh, anyway, it all depends on an individual because for me, I've been doing martial arts for the last, this is my 33 years.
Wow.
Into the art. But, you know, I don't look so much about the years, the numbers of years, it's what you put into it, you know. And we don't want to scare people because it's all about passion. As long as you make a decision that you understand why the benefit, why you are doing martial arts, that's the key. Because most of the time guys don't take time to understand. You know, you just go into an art simply because your body is going. Then along the line you lose focus. So the key word is you have to understand who you are, and the benefits are going to come along the way. Yes,
along the way. All right. So for you've done 33 years. What about you, Rona?
I have practiced the art of martial arts for the past 4 years. To get up to this point, to be able to be playing for Kenya Karate Federation and also for the county, it has taken me just my hard work and my determination up to where I am right now.
And how long, what interested you in, why did you say sasa hii naweza anza learn martial arts? Ni mtu alikusumbua, ni uliona tu somewhere and you thought, this looks like something I want to do? How did you?
The main reason why I actually decided to join martial arts was mainly for self-defense, and also I was trying to look for something that would keep me busy. I used to leave work at 4 p.m. then was wondering from 4 p.m. up to around 7 p.m. what will I do? Then during that process I actually got to learn that through this you can overcome a lot of things. You can learn to manage your anger issues. You can learn to get away from situations which you were initially in and you didn't know how to get out of them. For example, things like emotional bullying or even anger issues. And during this journey also I got to learn a lot to do with discipline, and that has really kept me going up to now.
One would think that you know, once you do martial arts hapo ndo sasa unakuwa na anger sana. but that's not the case.
No, that's not the case. Yeah.
All right. And so how far have you gone? You know, you've said that you've you know, what opportunities has martial arts and learning martial arts opened for you?
Through learning martial arts, I have grasped a lot of opportunities. Currently, as we speak, I'm a committee member of the Kenya Karate Federation Metropolitan Region, which is chaired by Sensei Dan Wara. He is my coach, my sensei right now. Also, through martial arts, I'm the first female African participant to pursue a course in Korea, Martial Arts Research Initiative course for experts. It was hosted by the ICM, the International Center for Martial Arts, under the auspices of UNESCO.
All right, awesome. Let's find out also more about, for you, I see this is a brown belt.
Yeah.
Men, kidogo color. And even the same magenta. Anyway, it's a brown belt. So, what are the levels? How do you attain brown belt?
First of all, you have to understand that there's a difference in what they do, but just a little small difference.
Okay.
There's Kenpo Karate, there's Shotokan. Overall, there's fighting arts, and then there's different styles. That's why, you know, there's Kung Fu, there's Karate, there's Taekwondo. And then when you come to Karate, there are different styles. There's Kenpo Karate.
So just within the Karate. So they do Kenpo,
they do
right?
Kenpo Karate.
Okay.
We do Shotokan Karate.
Shotokan. What's like they say?
The difference is like our grandmasters, the way you'll start. Let me see, the way you have different churches, you have Catholic, you have PCA, you have different denominations, but they're all under one, we are Christians, right? So we have different denominations of whatever it is we do, Shotokan, Shorin-ryu, all those things, but then we all do Karate. It's just one big family. So we do Shotokan, but initially I started from Shorin-ryu, but the styles don't really matter. What you do is, what you know is what really matters at the end of the day. So I started about 8 years ago, when I was in Form 1 in 2010, and then I quit, and then I came back. So for me, I started martial arts because I realized most of us succeed in so many other different, almost every other levels of our lives. We succeed financially, we succeed emotionally, family-wise, you have a family and kids, and all those things. But it's a very small number of people that actually go to the extent of realizing that their bodies, yani mwili yako nienda kusaidia ku take through all these things, but you don't take care of your body. So health and fitness and self-defense actually in Africa, ndio maana unapata wazungu, we kind of usually say they age a little bit better than us. Why? Because they take care of themselves. Africans, we don't do that. And it's something we're supposed to start doing. Unapata someone, you know, I saw a meme, I think yesterday, it's supposed to be funny, but sometimes it's not funny. Ati who else is sijui 24 and has back problems and knee problems like you're 64? Why? You know, unapata mtu, because we don't take care of ourselves. And you want to succeed, you want to be rich, you want all these things. But the one thing that's helping you to drive you there, you're not taking care of yourself. No, it just doesn't work like that. And you realize that when you become sick one day, no melala hosi, and you can't go to that work, you can't go to that meeting, you can't go to that party, that industry gonna realize, I actually need to start taking care of myself. So that's one thing I realized. And most importantly for me, I started martial arts because I was in a very violent, and I don't say bad, but unfortunately that's what it was, scary primary school. Ile time tulikuwa tunachapa, but it was a very violent school actually. And I came from a position of being, let me say, almost physically abused. And so many people will be surprised to hear this. And I couldn't fathom living the rest of my life having someone else overpower me physically. That if I was to find myself in such a situation, all I could do is just sit there and receive the blows and the punches. That was a very traumatizing period of my entire life. Because right now, most of us, you succeed, that's what I'm saying, you succeed in everything else. Pesa uko nayo, everything else uko nayo unaringa. But when a thug shows up with a gun to you, all of a sudden you're frozen. That's the one part of your life imekuwa defeated. That's what most of us go through. And I went through that period all the way from, I was in class 6 in a boarding school, in that school, all the way to class 8. And from there I was like, no. And I hated the fact that someone could hit me and I couldn't do anything. I really hated that fact. And from that on I was like, no, this is the one, I have to do something. I just can't stand here and you know, I couldn't stand that. So I started, of course, class was tough, I quit. And then I came back, I realized this was intense. I wouldn't lie, my martial art is not easy.
It's not like,
it's, yeah, hakuna haja nikudanganya,
yeah.
No, it looks fancy. When you see watch movies as Jackie Chan, it looks all fancy and nice. See the Ruth Rock, you see the way people enjoy us, the flying kicks, it looks nice. But before you get there, the level of discipline, the level of commitment, and that's what people don't understand. You're able to commit yourself to work, you're able to commit yourself to academics, like you not take a shortcut when it comes to health and fitness. Again, that's where we fail. So it's I don't want to say it's taken me 8 years to get to this belt, because the belt really doesn't matter, because it's a journey. Karate, we say it's a lifestyle. Once you start and then you quit, apo katikati, then it means, it doesn't mean the journey wasn't for you, it just means you weren't committed enough. That's why kuna grandmasters in Japan who are 104 years still doing it, still discovering one. Yeah, our grandmasters are over 100 years. Yeah, those things you see in movies are not lies. In Kenya, watu wa 60 years saizi wanatembea. You can't even get out of the house. Yeah. You know, because we don't take care of ourselves, and that's something we are supposed to start doing.
Wow,
yeah,
yeah. 104.
Yeah, imagine, you know, yeah.
Okay.
So it's quite a challenge actually to us Africans. Usingoje ukapata diabetes ama ukalazwa hosi, you start writing your will at 53. You know, ama unaanza kusema you have diabetes mazi and you're 24, and it's not because sometimes it's a hereditary disease. It's just something you did. From all the way to 19 to 20, you didn't realize that you could take care of yourself. I mean, you needed to. Actually, you need to take care of yourself. You need to wake up in the morning and go to the gym before you go to work. Not necessarily to build muscle and look nice and all those things that are plus if you have fitness goals, if you have body goals. But then you also need to realize that what you take in, it's like a computer, garbage in, garbage out. What you get in is what you get out. And most of us are stressed at work. Most of us just live our lives the way we live, because we don't take out all that anger. You just go and work out kidogo and you stop being a gloomy person. Actually, emotionally, it sets you off with everything. Yeah.
All right. That's quite the story up evolved. That's actually quite good.
Yeah.
Quite good. Yes. So for you, yours is Kenpo.
Yeah.
Kenpo.
Yes. So how long have you done Kenpo? I see black belts on both. You got a bit of. Okay, yeah, it's the same.
Yeah.
Yes. So tell us.
He's my professor actually. He's
so the prof. Prof. To go there.
He's 7th degree. I'm 5th degree. I'm a master in Kenpo. I've done this stuff for the last 21 years.
Wow.
And it's been a very beautiful journey for me, so to speak. I started martial arts thinking that it's going to help me discipline somebody physically, because there's something I did not like. You know, people used to disrespect my father. And as a man, as a boy, I thought it's good I do something that can be able to make me defend my father. Of course it did, but indirectly. I did not harm my uncles physically. But after they realized I was doing something that they thought was more dangerous to them, they stopped whatever they were doing. But also, I discovered that martial arts is more mental than physical. In fact, what we see normally is just a conscious aspect of it. You see somebody beating somebody, punching somebody, kicking, but there is a lot behind it. Why kick? Why punch? When are you supposed to punch? When are you supposed to kick? That is the most important thing. And again, people have not really in Africa understood what martial arts is. Martial arts is not about kicking and punching. These are systematically arranged laws that are supposed to be transmitted from generation to generation. That is the definition of martial arts.
What we see there, there's always like a movie scene. Kwa hizi makarate,
Yes.
sasa mtu ana train.
Exactly. Exactly.
There's a difference between entertainment
And the actual
reality.
Reality. You know. So basically, I loved the philosophy behind martial arts. The word discipline. Discipline is a very big word, but you can just, bring it down to one word: control. If you're able to control your mind, your body, then everything is good to go. Basically, that is what martial arts help people do. To understand myself and to control everything I do. Before I punch you, I have to know the repercussions. I have to know the remedies. And even before that, we see people fight, but we've never asked ourselves, what's the genesis of fighting? What causes a fight? Basically, it's so simple. Wars and conflicts that we see are caused by communication breakdown. Communication between yourself, your mind, and your body. Because if this lady does something that I feel is not good for me, I'm not supposed to fight her physically. We are supposed to talk so that we can bridge the gap that is between us, this thing that is making us not to understand each other. We can be able to connect. But because some people don't get that opportunity of knowing how to communicate with other people, but first, even before you communicate with other people, get to know on how to communicate to yourself. Every morning when you wake up, what do you tell yourself? What do you feed your mind with? Because what you feed yourself with in the mind is what will
eventually
happen.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So martial arts is more mental than physical.
I mean, it's quite enlightening.
Yes.
Yeah.
What people normally do, two things. It's either you see what I'm doing consciously or what I'm doing subconsciously. And there is also another state that when we train martial arts that develops, which is called a superconscious state. When now you fight me and then I do something without even myself realizing what I did. That is a superconscious state. So it's a very beautiful tool that will teach you a lot more than we think.
All right. So actually very inspiring stories here. I hope you're also getting inspired. And I guess for me, what I'm learning is, and I've never had it actually explained, though you people have, that it's more mental and that there's discipline in it. And even to hear the stories that, brought you to where you are in terms of joining martial arts and then thinking unakuja kuchapa mse, then you come and learn discipline and control.
Yes.
That's actually quite amazing. So I know you want to show us something. Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, sorry. And I wanted to allude to a question you had, as to why the perception of aggression.
Yes.
And I think it all depends with which school you are gone to. And this is in perspective to your instructor, because your instructor is a reflection of the student. So whenever you see any student who is indisciplined, aggressive and all that, that means we always blame ourselves. If a student fails, I take the responsibility, you know. And that's one of the key things I think the public should understand. Before you go to a school, do your research first. Get to know the history of who you are taking into as your instructor. Because majority, there are so many guys out there who pretend to be instructors. And that's the war that we are trying to fight now. Because now we have to explain to people, no, martial arts is not aggressive. It's not about indiscipline. It's the opposite. You know, because when you go to overseas, go to the US, you know, the big countries, you'll find over 60–70% of the kids are into martial arts program. It's a huge number. And you ask yourself, why not in Africa? What's going on? Simply because there are few elements who have decided to use that platform, pick the students, train them the wrong way, and then this is the repercussion, this is the outcome. So ideally, that's what's happening. Now, there are a few good instructors. The most important thing, I think, is for you as a student, before you engage a school, find out the history behind the school. You should be able to see for yourself. Yeah.
All right. So who's going to, is you guiding us to the next advanced techniques, or
Yes.
still?
Yes.
So I guess you'll just stay with the mic then, because I guess you'll be giving instructions.
Okay.
And then, so again, if you have any questions, the hashtag to use is Daybreak, as we go through some more. And I know many of you are asking after all these inspiration stories, and where can we get in touch with them? We're going to talk to them, and they're going to tell us where you can find them as well, and many more interesting things, and the right teachers who I believe are here.